So, hello students. Today we are going to discuss the different numerical based on the previous lectures. As concentration units, we already talk about that. Henry's law. So today the lecture totally based on the numerical concept of concentration units and Henry's law. We'll start from the concentration units. Then we'll go through the some of the numericals. We'll choose from the NCRT Henry's law. Generally, we'll try to solve the some of the numerical from examples in text from NCRT. Okay, first, then we'll try to solve some of the numerical from outside also. So keep with me to learn the different numericals. We'll start from the first example. Calculate the mole fraction of ethylene glycol. The formula is given here in a solution containing 20% of ethylene glycol by mass. So there is a use of one of the concentration unit by mass percentage, and we have to solve, evaluate the value of mole fraction of ethylene glycol and as well as water. Okay, so let's start from the question. First, you have to try to get the point what is given. What the things are given, you have to be solve first thing. Ethylene glycol, the formula is given and percentage, the by mass percentage is given. 20% by mass, it's mean mass of ethylene glycol will be 20 gram out of 100 gram, and mass of water, if this is not given, in which solvent the solution is made on, so we have to be taken defaultly the solution must be in a water. Generally solutes, salts either are a different solvent, a solute, ionic solutes generally dissolve in the water molecules, so we have to be taken water as a solvent. Okay, so if the water is now solvent, so if the solute having 20 grams, so water must be having a 80 gram, because both will be together will be a 100 gram. So 20% by mass means 20 gram of solute in a 100 gram of solution. So if the solution is 100 gram, solute is 20 gram, then solvent will be 80 gram. So that is the easy thing. Now next thing is molar mass. Molar mass you can be calculated by the help of formula molar mass C2H6O2. So molar mass will be 12. Carbon atomic mass 12, 24 plus hydrogen 6 and plus oxygen 16 to the 32. So when you solve 6 to 8 4, 6 to 8 4 12, 1 carry 3 1 4 2 6. I think 62 gram will be there. I think molar mass will be 62 gram. So you can calculate your own also. Okay. Molar mass of water you are knowing. Molar mass of water is, tell me, molar mass of water is 18 gram. Fine. Okay, fine. So to calculate mole fraction, you have to be a mole of the solute and as well as mole of the solvent. So first we have to calculate mole of solute. Mole of solute means mole of C2H6O2. So mole will be given mass upon molar mass 20 out of 62. Calculate the value. Mole of water will be given mass upon molar mass. So mole fraction will be mole fraction of ethylene glycol C2H6O2. Mole fraction of ethylene glycol will be mole of ethylene glycol, that is 20 out of 60, to mole of ethylene glycol upon mole of solution. So mole of solution will be mole of solute plus mole of solvent. That will give you mole fraction of ethylene glycol. Mole fraction of ethylene glycol, which is a solute. Mole fraction of solution is always actually unity. Mole fraction of solution is always unity. So if the mole fraction you will get the mole fraction of solute, then mole fraction of solvent will be 1 minus the mole fraction of solute. So by calculating the mole fraction of ethylene glycol, to get the mole fraction of water, you have to be subtract the value from the 1. That will be give you a mole fraction of water. So remaining thing you can calculate, I think. So I am just leaving the question from here only. Just you have to solve these things and you will get the formula, will get the value of mole fraction. We'll take some of the numerical from the NCERT book again. That was the example number 2.1. Example number 2.2 actually based on the molarity. The question is calculate the molarity of a solution containing 5 gram of NaOH in 450 ml of solution. So I am hinting the question, I am making some hint, so you can solve your own at your home. Okay, and if there is any problem, you can ask to me. Calculate the molarity of a solution. For molarity, you are knowing, for molarity we have a mole of a solute upon volume of a solution. Volume of a solution I think is given 450 ml. That you can be convert into the liter, and mole of solute, that 5 gram given mass, and solute molar mass NaOH is a 40 gram, I think 40 gram. So with the help of given mass upon 40 gram of the NaOH, you can get the value of mole, and that number of moles must be divided by the 450 ml out of 100 divided by 100 to get the value of molarity. That is easy question given in example. You can be practice from the examples also. I am taking some question from in text now. Calculate the mass percentage of benzene and carbon tetrachloride if 22 gram of benzene is dissolved in 122 gram of carbon tetrachloride. Mass percentage, to calculate mass percentage, I am many time I am explaining, to calculate mass percentage you have to be divide mass of solute upon mass of solution. Mass of solute, calculate the mass percentage of benzene and carbon tetrachloride. If 22 gram of benzene is in a lower number, so it must be a solute, is dissolved in 122 gram of carbon tetrachloride. Okay, so benzene, the solute mass is actually the mass percentage you can be calculated by 22 gram of benzene, mass of benzene upon mass of solution. So mass of solution will be 22 plus 122. Mass of solute plus mass of solvent will be mass of solution. So 22 plus 122 into 100. To get the value in percentage, you have to multiply by that 100. So that will be the mass percentage of benzene. If you want to calculate mass percentage of carbon tetrachloride, the same formula. This is the mass percentage of benzene. If you want to calculate mass percentage of carbon tetrachloride, then 122 will be a numerator. 122 out of 22 plus 122 into 100. That will give you a mass percentage of carbon tetrachloride. Either you can subtract the given value, the obtained value from 100, because always the whole percentage will be 100%. So if we are having some of the percentage of that benzene, that can be subtracted from the 100 to obtain the mass percentage of the other component. Calculate the mole fraction, second question. I am just making some hint. You can solve your own, because the practice is the only key of success. You can solve your own, and I am making some hint only, so you can be practice your own all the numericals given in the text. Try to explain the all the given hints. Calculate the mole fraction of benzene in solution containing 30% by mass in carbon tetrachloride. The previous question was based upon that. The first example what I solved, the same question is given here. Mole fraction of benzene you have to be solved, and for that 30% by mass in carbon tetrachloride is given. Carbon tetrachloride, here solvent is given carbon tetrachloride, then water will not be solvent. You have to be learn that. Question number 2.2. Question number 2.2, you can be solved with calculate the mole fraction of benzene. Mole fraction of benzene you have to be solved. C6H6 the formula. Solution of benzene in carbon tetrachloride. The solvent is carbon tetrachloride. So you can calculate the molar mass of benzene. Mass of benzene is here actually 30%. 30%. So that will be a 30 gram. Mass of benzene, and mass of carbon tetrachloride. Mass of carbon tetrachloride is 70 gram. 100 minus mass of solute will be mass of solvent. So mass of carbon tetrachloride is 70 gram. Carbon tetrachloride molar mass you can be calculated. Chlorine atomic mass is 35.5. So that will be a 71 2 that will be 142. So Cl4 is 142 plus 12. So that will give you 150, I think, for 54. 154 now. So molar mass of carbon tetrachloride, molar mass of benzene, 6 carbon, 6 hydrogen, 12 6 72 and plus 6 78. So with the help of molar mass, with the help of mass, given mass, you can calculate moles of the benzene, moles of the carbon tetrachloride. That will give you how to calculate the mole fraction of the benzene and as well as carbon tetrachloride. Calculate the molarity of each of the following. You have to be calculate molarity. The third question in text. 30 gram of cobalt nitrate hexahydrate in 4.3 liter of solution. It is very easy. Solution is 4.3 liter, 30 gram of cobalt nitrate, and then 30 ml of 0.5 molarity of H2SO4 diluted to 500 ml. Okay, it is interesting now. Diluted to 500 ml. So first you have to be calculate the molarity of each of the following. So let's start from the 30 gram of cobalt nitrate. Have you knowing the atomic mass of cobalt? Anyone? If anyone are knowing, can raise your hand. We'll ask from here only. Just raise your hand if you are knowing. What is the atomic mass of cobalt? Here actually iron, cobalt, nickel. There is the almost similar atomic masses. Almost similar atomic masses with the atomic number 26, 27. So there will be some what will be the exactly what will be the atomic mass? Because I'm also not knowing what is the atomic mass of that cobalt. I think some 58, 59, 61 around. So atomic mass of cobalt. Then to calculate molar mass, you have to be know the atomic mass of cobalt, atomic mass of nitrogen, atomic mass of oxygen, hexahydrate. So water having a molar mass 18 into 6. To get the molar mass of that cobalt nitrate hexahydrate, 30 gram is given. The mass upon molar mass will be easily calculated, then divided by 4.3. So that will give you actually molarity. This part is okay, easy. The next part is going to be interesting. 30 ml of 0.5 molarity sulfuric acid diluted to 500 ml of 500 ml. So what will be the new molarity? Actually, there is one dilution formula. There is one dilution formula. If the solution is going to be diluted, so there is one dilution formula called M1B1 equal to M2B2. M1B1 equal to M2B2, where M1 is a initial molarity, initial volume, final molarity, final volume. So there is given 30 ml of 0.5 molarity of H2SO4. So B1 is 30 and molarity is given 0.5. What will be the new molarity of the solution? If the solution diluted to 500 ml, the final volume is 500 ml. So you can calculate by the dilution formula what will be the new molarity, because 0.5 into 30 upon 500, that will give you a new molarity of a solution. Anytime when the solution is diluted, you have to use the dilution formula of the molarity. The same applied for the dilution formula for normality. Here will be N1B1 equal to N2B2. But this is only applicable for dilution of any solution. So you can calculate this part of the question by using this formula, and above part will depend upon the atomic mass of cobalt. Okay, atomic mass of cobalt. I think the atomic mass of cobalt will be 61, 62 around something. I think there will be. I'm not exactly knowing. So you have to get the atomic mass of cobalt. Then we'll solve this question. It is very easy question. Next question is depend upon the molality. Molality, small m. Calculate the mass of urea required. Means given mass you have to calculate of urea in making 2.5 kg of 0.25 molar aqueous solution. Molality is given 0.25. The mass of solvent is given 2.5 kg, and you are knowing the formula. Molality equal to mole of solute N2 mass of solvent W1 in kg. So molality is given, N2 means actually given mass upon molar mass, given mass upon molar mass, and you have to calculate the given mass. Molar mass of urea can be calculated with the help of formula, and formula is NH2CONH2. NH2CONH2. So NH2 means 14 nitrogen, 2 hydrogen 16, 16 to the 32, and there is also oxygen 16, carbon 12. That will be give you what will be the molar mass of NH2CONH2. So M2 is given. With the help of formula you can calculate. Given mass you have to calculate. W1, the mass of solvent is given 2.5 kg and 0.25 molar aqueous solution. Molarity is also given 0.25. With the help of all these given things, you can easily calculate what will be the value of given mass of W2. This is all about some of the in-text question from the chapter. Now I am trying to solve actually Henry's law, because there is very interesting question given. So we'll try to solve the Henry's law. Before solving, I am written here some of the relation between unit of the pressure. 1 atmosphere almost equal to the 1 bar, but exact value is 1.013 bar. 1 bar equal to in the Pascal 10 the power 5 Pascal. 1 bar equal to 10 750 torr, one of the unit of the pressure, and 1 torr equal to 133.3 Pascal. So with the help of these relation of the unit of the pressure, you can calculate, you can use the different numerical. I am taking one of the question from in-text 2.6. If the solubility of H2S in water at STP is 0.195 molarity, small m means molarity, calculate Henry constant. Actually, the question started as H2S, a toxic gas with a rotten egg-like smell, is used for qualitative analysis. The first sentence is only for the knowledge. There is no any use in the numerical portion. So if the solubility of H2S in water at STP is given as 0.195 molarity, what will be the Henry's constant? Henry's law constant. So you have to be use this 0.195 molarity. It's actually indicating the number of mole of solute. Molarity means mole per kg of solvent. So it actually indicated the given thing is, we'll try to solve the question. Molarity is given small m, that is 0.195. It's mean mole of solute. Solute who? Which one is solute? Mole of H2S is actually given. Mole of H2S is actually given 0.195 pm. 0.195 pm. Mole of H2S is 0.195. Mass of solvent. Solvent means water, that is 1 kg. So mole of water will be 1000 gram upon 18, and that is one of the constant value we have, 55.55 mole. 55.55 mole. So in this question, actually some of the things are given, that is mole of H2S is given, mole of water can be calculated easily with the help of the mass of solvent, and STP will tell you the pressure. STP means standard temperature and pressure. The temperature is 0 degrees Celsius, about 273.15 Kelvin, and pressure is actually 1 bar. The pressure is 1 bar. So pressure is also given 1 bar. The pressure is also given as 1 bar. You can take, if the pressure is not given and STP is given, you can take the pressure at 1 bar. So with the help of question, with the help of this given thing, you are knowing the formula is actually P equal to KH into X, where P is the pressure given 1 bar, X with the mole fraction that can be calculated easily. So first we try to calculate the X. X means number of moles of solute N2 upon number of moles of solvent, or you can write mole fraction of H2S is N2 upon N1, because N1 is very greater than N2. Actually, whenever the mole of solvent is very large as compared to the mole of solute, you can neglect the mole of solute in the given question. You can see the mole of H2S is very low, 0.195, as comparatively the mole of water which is very large. So the formula will be N2 by N1. So question will be X equal to mole of 0. What is the value? Mole of H2S 195 and 55.55. 55.55. So with the help of this mole fraction, you can get the formula. Therefore, Henry's law constant will be pressure, that is 1, upon mole fraction, that is 0.195, upon 55, that will be come in the above section, 5.55. So Henry's law constant KH will be, that will come in a bar. The unit will be bar. Okay. So Henry's law constant in this question will be 55.55 upon 0.195. You can calculate this value at your home and will message me, will comment me about the answer. That will come in a bar. That is the first in text. What is the learning from this question? Actually, learning is during a calculation, sometimes the question is not appropriately saying about all the given things, but you have to be evaluate the things what is required. As the pressure is required, we are not knowing where is the pressure. We are not knowing how to calculate the mole fraction. So with the help of molality, you can easily calculate the mole fraction because the formula is actually relation between partial pressure and mole fraction at a given Henry's law constant. So you have to be calculate mole fraction with the help of given molality terms. If there is 0.195 molality, and it is always mole per kg. Per kg means mass of solvent in a kg, mole of solute. So this is the mole of solute and this is the mass of solvent. With the help of mass of solvent, I am taking the mole of solvent. That will give you a mole fraction of H2S and mole fraction of solute. That is the first question. Second question is about Henry's law constant for CO2 in water is 1.67 into 10 to the power 8 Pascal at 298 Kelvin. Calculate the quantity of CO2 in 500 ml of soda water when packed under 2.5 atmosphere of CO2 pressure at 298 Kelvin. So I'm not writing this question. I'm just taking only the given thing. Question number 2.7 NCRT. The given thing is Henry's law constant of CO2 in water is given, and that is 1.67 10 to the power 8 Pascal. We are knowing the relation between Pascal and bar. If required, we can change. Calculate the quantity of CO2. Quantity of CO2 means you have to be calculate actually moles. Quantity of CO2 means you have to be calculate the moles of CO2. Moles of CO2. So quantity of CO2, I am calculating the mole of CO2. If required, you can calculate mass also, because molar mass of CO2 is very known now. So quantity of CO2, volume in a 500 ml of soda water. 5 ml of soda water. Actually, in a 5 ml of soda water, then there is a soda is very negligible, that so volume of water can be taken as 500 ml. So mass of water, even you are knowing the density is 1. So mass of water can be taken as 500 gram. Actually, this can be taken as a negligible value on the case of soda water. The solubility of soda is very negligible. Then the volume will not be actually appreciably changed. So during the calculation of Henry's law or question, you have to be take of the mind the solubility of solute is generally solutes are actually gases, then gases can be negligible, then solution mass volume of solution will be volume of solvent. Soda water means actually solution, volume of solution is 500 ml, but I am taking 500 ml as a mass volume of solution, so volume of solvent will be the same, because soda is a negligible in amount. Actually mass of water will be 500 gram because density is 1. Then mole of water will be, you can calculate mole of water. Mole of water in 1 kilogram is 55.55. So just divide the same value by 2. Then we'll have a value is about, what will be the value? Anyone? I think it's some 27 now. Some 27. Some 27 point something. So just divide. 2 2s are 4. 2 7s are 14. 1 2 7s are 14. 1 2 7s are 14. Dot dot. 27.77 or 27.78 you can take. Mole of water is this. So the formula is, pressure is given again. Pressure of CO2 is given actually 2.5 atmosphere. 2.5 hype atmosphere, first you have to be changed the pressure in the terms of Pascal. In the terms of Pascal, because the Henry constant is given a Pascal, so atmosphere equal to 1.013 bar and 1 bar equal to 10 to the power 5 Pascal. Therefore, this can be calculated as 2.5 into this into this. In a Pascal, you can calculate 2.5 1.013 into 10 to the power 5 Pascal. So 2.5 atmosphere equal to this much number of Pascal. This much number of Pascal. Now the formula is formula is P equal to KH into X. P equal to KH into X. You have to be calculate X. X means N2 upon N1 plus N2. But again the mole of solvent is very high as the mole of solute. How I am knowing? Because this is the gas. Generally gases has very low solubility in the water. So as comparatively the mole of solvent which is 27.77, it will be very high. So mole of solute will be very low. So mole fraction, the formula will be Kx equal to P upon KH. P upon KH. That will give you actually the question X equal to N2 upon N1. P equal to 2.5 into this whole value 0.13 10 to the power 5 upon the KH value is given 1.67 into 10 to the power 8. With the help of this formula, you can calculate the value of N2. We are knowing N2 means mole of solute. N1 is here. This is the value of N1. So N1 equal to 27.77. So N2 will be the quantity of CO2 dissolved at the given condition will be this whole value multiplied by 27.77. 27.77. This is all about the Henry's law. I am giving some questions. You have to be calculate this question from the source. Just note down. You can take a picture of this screen also. Just note down some of the question I am giving and try to solve and give me a comment of this question. Write the questions. The first question is 100 centimeter cube of a centimolar solution of an acid contain 0.098 gram of the acid. Find the molecular mass of the acid. First question. Second question is calculate the molarity of a solution of 93% H2SO4 mass by volume when the density of the solution is 1.84 gram per centimeter cube. These two questions I am giving you. Try to solve these two questions and solve some question from your NCERT exercise based on Henry's law. If there is any problem to solve these Henry's law calculations, ask me about that also. Okay, we'll meet in the next lecture with some other concept of the solution of liquids. Thank you.